What's up, all you stupid idiots? Everyone who didn't pick Sean O'Malley yesterday. Okay, I'm not going to call you stupid because my analysis of the fight, I was the only one who had this analysis of the fight, and it was 100% accurate. It was a 50-50 fight, and it depended on what the stars said. And I do believe that. I believe Aljo had the tools to beat Sean O'Malley, and I believe, obviously, we saw Sean O'Malley had the tools to beat Aljo. What's up, Jesse? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're enjoying this hot-ass Ohio weather. Speaking of Ohio weather, since you're new to Ohio, this has been a very, very humid and cooler than average summer. I would say this is my 7th summer here. By far the nicest weather, I would say, that we've had. I don't even think I've used my air conditioner once, like this entire summer. It's not always like this. Sometimes it is actually incredibly fucking hot. I don't even think we've had a day in the 90s yet. I think there's supposed to be one coming up soon, but yeah, very, very nice summer. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed UFC 293. Oh my God. I basically went undefeated. My only loss was Damon Blackshear, and he won. Like, come on, he legitimately won. It was a crazy thing. So what's up, Rigo? How's it going, buddy? I was not expecting it to rain. Oh, dude, it rains so much here. It's nothing like Washington. Like the amount of rain over a yearly period is about the same from like Cleveland, Seattle. It's roughly the same. But in Ohio, like when it rains, it fucking rains. Why is your main? It's not. Wait, what? It's not Rigo. I don't know why, because I don't have you blocked. I don't have anyone blocked. I went through my things and no, dude, I don't have you blocked, man. That's really strange. Like, why would I block you? I just watched your video, and I go to all your, I'm one of your main dudes, Rigo. Like, I have no idea why it's blocked on here, because I believe you that it's not like I'm telling you recently, not that long ago, because someone told me, I believe you that's happening, Rigo, but I'm telling you, like, I know for a fact, like, it might be like shadow blocked, because there's other people, like Darling Boy has said, maybe it was an accident. But like I said, recently I looked at my block list. I have no one on there, literally no one. And that was like less than a month ago. Maybe I did it recently, but that would make no sense, because I'm still like when you type, I'm subscribed to you. I see all your shit. I don't know. That's really weird. I'm sorry that happened, but like it was definitely not on purpose. Like I have no reason to block you. But yeah, oh my God, I was so fucking pumped when Suga won. Holy fucking shit, I was so fucking pumped. Oh my God, I know most of you guys hate him. I've never been on the Sugar hate bandwagon. I do like to make fun of him, and he definitely has some lifestyle habits I don't agree with, but he is the most exciting fighter in bantamweight, which is the most exciting division in the sport. Like the way I feel for O'Malley is kind of the way I feel for like Patty and Molly, who are other like kind of Ian Gary. I would put on there, like fighters whose personalities I don't necessarily really like, but they're entertaining, so I give them a huge pass, because this is a fucking fight game. I don't give a shit if I like you or dislike you. Like, who cares? The earth is a flat hollow disc. Rigo. Over the past, I don't know, couple months, ever since I became a regular in your stream, I have heard you say the earth is a sphere and it's round. I've heard you say it's flat. I've heard you say it's all, I've heard you say all different types of things, and it changes all the time. So I never really know what you actually believe in. I don't even think you know what you actually believe in. But I don't, yeah, like it's a stupid argument. But anyways, Sugar has the most fun fights. Dude, so I bet my entire account on Sugar Sean O'Malley like 6 minutes before the fight. So this is my analysis. You can see it in my Discord. My analysis was right. It was a 50-50 fight. I gave a slight edge to Sugar Sean because for a few reasons. One, I just felt like it was his time. But two, just the matchup itself, I just felt like Aljo's striking just isn't that great, and Suga would probably be able to snipe him. I swear to God, I saw it with the right hand. It went almost exactly how I envisioned. I picked Suga by third round, and it was second round, but the finish, the way it happened, was almost exactly the same as what happened in my mind. But so the reason why I haven't been doing astrology videos recently was because like 3 weeks ago, I think it was 3 cards ago. Maybe it was 2 cards ago. No, it's 3 cards ago. It was UFC 292. I realized, and I heard this before, and I didn't originally heed the advice, but now I'm heeding the advice because it's more profitable and it's less work for me. So with astrology works, but astrology works so much better when you really care about the results. Like for the last few months, I had been, up until a few weeks ago, I had been using astrology for like the NBA. I don't give a shit about the NBA. The WNBA, I really don't give a shit about the WNBA. And every single UFC fight, literally every single UFC fight. So in between the fights, right when the fight was over, I'd estimate when the next fight would start, and then I would do all my calculations and shit. And I had good results, very, very, very good results. However, I was hitting probably like a 75% hit rate, which is insane for betting. Like that's way more than enough than you need to make a profit. But like something in my soul, and also I heard this too. It was told like you should not use astrology for things you don't care about. You should not use astrology for sports you don't care about and for fights you don't care about. So for the last 3 cards, I haven't been doing astrology for all of them. I've only been doing astrology for the fights that I cared about. This last card, all I did was the Cheeto fight and the main event. Those are the only 2 ones I even looked at. Aljo definitely saw the shot coming, Jesse. He saw it right before. He's like, oh shit, and it was too late. It was fucking beautiful, man. It was so fucking beautiful. But this is why I dumped. And lately I've been doing like way bigger bets, and it's been paying off for me because astrology, imagine a mana bar. Like astrology is a really, really nice tool. Like you get to peer into the eyes of God, basically. But it has a mana bar. Like the more you use it, the less accurate it gets. And you need time for that mana to charge up. So these past 3 weeks, I haven't been using it on any other sport other than MMA. And I've only been using it on a few fights that I actually care about. And I actually didn't even use it at all at UFC 292 because I was so pumped for UFC 292 that I didn't want to know ahead of time what was going to happen between Gaethje and Poirier and Pereira and Yan. But I bet a shitload on Pereira. And it wasn't astrology at all. I looked at his walkout, and then Yan came out right after, and Yan looked like he just didn't look himself, and he performed way better than I thought he was going to look based on his walkout. But so that's how I've been doing it recently, and it's been really paying off. Instead of just doing a bunch of small bets and just wasting my time basically calculating all this shit, because it takes a while. Like it's a lot of math, and it's a lot of logical thinking, and it's like and I'm rushed too. Like for me to do a proper astrological read, like a really, really good one, it probably takes like 20 minutes or so. I don't even have that time between fights. So all of them I have what was I gonna say? So they're all very truncated kind of astrological reads. Anyways, that's why I stopped doing the astrological breakdowns. But I'm not talking about Sugar Sean right now. I'm not talking about astrology actually. But anyway, I'm talking about the reason why I picked Sean O'Malley and why I dumped my entire account on him and want a shitload of money on it. So before like a day or 2 before the fight, I was looking at potential start times for Sean and Aljo. And normally the main events start between like earliest like 12:20 Eastern Standard Time. And it'll be like 12:20 to 12:45 at the latest. And I looked at 12:20, 12:25, 12:30, 12:35, and 12:40 and 12:40. I looked at like 5 or 6 of them, and all of them were either relatively favorable or extremely favorable to Aljo. So that made me like kind of rethink my thought process, because this entire buildup, I was thinking, oh, dude, Sean's gonna win. Like this is his moment. You can tell he's probably done some rituals, and I just think he's a better fighter. And Aljo's entire fucking reign is bullshit. He was never champion, and I already viewed Sean as the lineal champion, anyways. Yeah, does. Oh yes, oh my god, like your stupid fucking shit that no one cares. I hope Sean fights Max. Can't stand. Wait, you can't stand Max or Sean? So your comments don't even make any sense, homunculus. I'm guessing you're Rigo, anyways. But anyways, what was I saying? See, maybe forget what I was saying. See, if you listen to me and you actually take my advice, I'll make you money. I'll make you money. But you guys are just fucking stupid, and you don't. Not you, Jesse. Not like not. Some of you are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate you. And a lot of you fucking suck. This is why I don't stream that much, and it's not going to be a long stream. But I just wanted to talk about what I saw. So like the normal start times, 12:20 to 12:45 ish for the main events. Okay, Rika. That's good. It's not you. I was hoping it wasn't you. But it seemed like it might be. So the normal start times, like it was all very favorable for Aljo. So I was kind of hedging whenever I was making comments and saying Sean's going to win. I was like, it's kind of 50-50. But in my mind, I'm thinking Sean's still going to find a way to pull this off. Like this is his time. I just felt it in my blood, in my bones. And the fact that Aljo was a paper champ anyways, he would never, ever, ever should have won the belt. The first fight with Jan should have been a no contest. I don't know how the fuck the ref can, I don't even know how it's possible in the rule set to give that fight to Aljo. I have no idea. Second fight, I think Aljo did win, barely, but if Jan went into that fight as champion, I highly doubt they would have given Aljo that fight, because there is that unwritten rule that I do agree with, that you have to beat the champ to be the champ. I don't think barely beating the champ like Cejudo did to Demetrius Johnson, that shouldn't. Cejudo, first off, so you didn't, but like if it's that razor thin close, you should not switch title hands. Like the tie should go to the title holder, like champion's advantage. That's a thing. Champion should have a very slight advantage. No, Merab's going to get front kicked in the face, dude. I believe Merab has a much better chance than Aljo, because Merab's not. The way Merab shoots is way different than the way Aljo shoots. Aljo like just throws limbs and then he shoots, and he's not very defensively sound. Where Merab is just like a fucking animal with his takedowns, and he doesn't even really disguise, like he's just relentless with his takedowns, which I think makes for a much more, not intriguing matchup. It's a less intriguing matchup, but it makes it a much more competitive matchup. However, Merab's going to get front kicked in the face. I can see. First off, I don't think Merab's going to even get close to the title for at least a year. I can't imagine the UFC booking Merab over Cheeto, booking him over Sandhagen, booking him over Cejudo. I can't see it. Why would they do that? Merab, no one cares about Merab besides Rigo. No one fucking gives a shit about him. So, and Sugar said himself, like he's looking for the big money fights, and the way the UFC is already treating Sean, I've never seen the UFC post the fight, or they post the second round of the fight on their. So talking about, yes, I'm going to be talking about Sean, you fucking retard. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. He just won. What the hell else am I going to talk about? That's what just fucking happened. And then the next card starts at 5 a.m. Eastern time. Holy shit. I'm probably not going to watch it. At least not the prelims anyways. But so there's really nothing to talk about that card. And that card is the main card next week. It's like 6 very, very, very obvious picks. Like there's just nothing to really say. Like there's really nothing to talk about. It's 6 obvious picks, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get all of them right. Guru the Musical is trash. Guru the Musical is, he's made a couple good videos. He's made a couple good songs. I'll give him that. I haven't watched his shit in a very long time. I don't know. I guess there's still like He still hates me for sure. I love shitting on Musical. Like in chat, he's like one of my guys to shit on. He's just funny to shit on, like how horrible of a father he is. But like I don't actually like I don't have anything against him at all. Marab has a big fan base, and they have beef over the jacket to promo. They don't have beef over the jacket though, Rigo. Like Sean doesn't give a fuck about Marab. It's very obvious. Like that jacket thing is why Marab even has a fan base at all. No one cares about the Cheeto rematch, Septimbo. Not true. I care about the Cheeto rematch. That's what I want to see, because I think that's a very intriguing matchup. Because even though I'm 99% sure Sean wins, Cheeto's just that Ecuadorian tank. We saw that last night. I cannot believe the amount of cope I saw people. Oh my God! Now let's go to Cheeto. Holy shit! Cheeto won all 3 rounds. When I saw it, Cheeto won all 3 rounds. You could make an argument for round 1, I guess, for Pedro. A lot of people are saying round 2 for Pedro. I think that's insane. But what I'm looking at when I watch the fight, like, yeah, Pedro was landing more shots. True. But look at the way Cheeto was reacting or not reacting to those shots. Like Cheeto was kicked so many times in the leg, and like he would react for a second, basically just like trying to check the kick or move out of the way, but he wouldn't show any pain response or anything. And so many of Cheeto's jabs, which he was landing all fucking night, so many of them, Pedro was like wincing after he got hit. Like you could tell just by the way they were reacting that Cheeto was the one doing damage. So in damage-based scoring, Cheeto won, and I had him winning all 3 rounds. And here's the kicker. Here's the fucking kicker. A couple people were coping. I'm not going to name names. A couple people were coping over that fight. When they were announcing the scorecards, they said 29-28, 30-27, 30-27 for the winner. Pedro was already clapping for Cheeto. Pedro knew when he heard 30-27, he knew, oh shit, I lost. He knew. So if he knew. I don't know how the only people who didn't think that were people who picked Pedro because they don't know how to pick fights. I was telling everybody like that. Cheeto was one of my locks of the card, just because of the style matchup. Cheeto destroys like vanilla standard people. Like Munoz is really tough, but he's very standard. He's very vanilla. He's very basic. Cheeto lights those guys up. Like to beat Cheeto, you need to be like rangy, or you need to be like a little unorthodox. Or you need to have something a little extra in your arsenal to beat Cheeto. Or you need to have like a lot of power, because if you just have normal power, Cheeto's just gonna fucking eat that shit. And this is why I want to see Cheeto versus Sugar. Because no doubt in my mind, Sugar is going to piece him up for the first 2 to 3 rounds. But what's going to happen in rounds 4 and 5 when Sean probably starts to slow down and Cheeto starts picking it up? Like that's the shit that I want to see, and I think that's way more interesting than O'Malley and Marab or O'Malley and Sandhagen. And for the record, I think O'Malley beats all these fools. I really do. And like I said, I'm not like a massive O'Malley fan, but I've always been a fan of him as a fighter. And I was so happy. I mean, part of it was because I won so much money, but it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was doing probably the most Ric Flairist woos of my life when he won. Because I don't hate Aljo. I still don't hate Aljo. But I hated this title run so fucking much because it was all bullshit. He didn't beat Jan the first time. He maybe beat Jan the second time, but not enough to like make him the champion. I don't think he beats a healthy TJ, but like he beat a severely compromised TJ. That counts for nothing. TJ shouldn't have even fought that. Like fuck TJ for even trying to fight that fight. And then Cejudo definitely beat Aljo, for sure. And that was the only fight, that was the only card this entire fucking year that I've lost money on. And I lost a decent amount of money on it because I got robbed. Blackshear robbed? Yeah, so the Blackshear fight, Jesse, I thought Blackshear won. I thought he won the first 2 rounds, especially round 1 very clearly. Second round was like iffy, but when I'm watching it live, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm about to go, I think it was 9-0 at that point. Like I'm pretty sure Blackshear was gonna win. And they gave Bautista, someone gave him 30-27. That's insane. That's insane. Blackshear was out grappling him in the first round and out striking him in the first round and out damaging him in the first round. Like all the boxes in the first round, clear Blackshear. If you want to give Batista 29-28, fine. I'm not that mad about it. I'm only mad about it because that was my perfect score. And because I went 11-1 instead of 12-0 yesterday. And what I'm really pissed off is that the week before, I swear on my life to God, I swear I went 12-0, but I forgot. I forgot to do Tapology that day. I had Cub Swanson. So technically, even because that was a clear shitty decision, like Cub should have lost that fight for sure. But I picked Cub Swanson. I would have gone 12-0. And I would, and the We Want Picks free contests where you get $100 if you get all of them right. I would have won that. I would have won that if I remembered just to fucking do it. I literally remembered 5 minutes after, I forgot the initial start time. But I remembered, I was like, oh, fuck. And I was so pissed off at myself because it was a very easy card. Like these last two cards I felt were super, super easy to predict. And I was just fucking furious at myself before the fights even started that I wasn't able to get my picks in because I didn't know I was going to get them all right. I didn't think I was going to get all them right, but I knew I was going to get at least 2/3 of them right. I don't know what Batista did to win any of the rounds. He won the third round, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I thought I had Blackshear 29-28, clear Blackshear first round. In second round, I thought it was more competitive, but I still thought Blackshear won. Yeah, and that was my only loss. And here's the crazy, this is how fucking on point I've been lately. The three fights I was going back and forth on this card, it was back and forth. It was Batista and Blackshear. I really didn't, I was like, and I finally went with Blackshear, but that was 50-50 and that was a close fight. The other one that I was having a shitload of problems trying to figure out was GM3 and Petrosky. And if any fight, like with MMA scoring, you can't really say it's a draw, but with how MMA scoring should be versus how it is, that's a fucking draw. That fight is a fucking draw in my book. That's a 10-10 first round. I think there should be more 10-10s. And that, like, you can't look at that fight as a whole and say Petrosky's better or GM3's better. That was fucking even across the board. And I was having a shitload of issues picking that one. I was going back and forth. And I finally went with Petrosky. But I wasn't confident on it at all. And then the final fight that I was having issues with was the first fight. It was Silva versus Moroz. I picked Moroz at first. And like 5 minutes before the fight, I switched it to Silva just on a gut feeling. I thought Moroz would have a better chance because she has a gas tank and Silva doesn't. And here's the craziest thing. Toast was talking about this yesterday. Here's the crazy thing about that fight. Moroz gets out of the first round if she doesn't have long hair. The only reason why she got stuck in that choke was because she couldn't pull her head out because her like little, for lack of a better word, her little man bun was making it so she couldn't pull her hair out. Or if she's just smart and just doesn't tap it with 1 fucking second left, she gets to round 2. And I picked Silva by second round KO in that fight. That's what I ended on. And those were the 3 fights that I had a really, really hard time deciding. All the other fights were easy as fuck to me. I could not believe the amount. Well, there really weren't that many people, but there were some people picking Lemos there. And I said, like, Lemos has a puncher's chance. That is it. She is not that good. Wei Li is legit. Wei Li is a Chinese robot. The only way you beat a robot is with soul power. Sound familiar? Rose has all the soul. Rose has more soul power than the rest of all 4 female divisions combined. Oh, and here's a tip for you. I'm pretty sure I'm the only Rosebud here, and Rose gets a lot of hate in the Jerusalem sphere, and some of it is warranted. I get it, and I'm not a Pat Barry defender or denier. I'm not a fan of Pat. I liked him as a fighter. I was actually a big fan of Pat Barry as a fighter, but his relationship with Rose is questionable at best, but disgusting at worst. And but anyways, I watch Rose's her live streams. She's the only UFC fighter I know that does Bible reads and stuff. And I'm not even Christian, but like I really appreciate that. And the thing I really appreciate about her is that she doesn't just read the Bible. She's not just read the Bible and just go out on her date. No, she actually thinks about it. That's the whole point of reading a holy text, whether it's the Bible or Bhagavad Gita or anything else. The whole point is to read a little bit and then reflect on it and then see how you can apply that information in your life. She actually does that. I don't know any other fucking Christians that do that. Most Christians are very ego-based. And it's like, oh, Jesus is the way and that's it. And like, I don't disagree with that because I view Jesus in a different way that Christians do. So like when they say that, like I do agree. I view it as like the inner, it's hard to say. It's kind of hard because people, when they're too religious, they get hooked on semantics and shit. But basically, Rose is a fucking spirit bomb. And the only way you beat a Chinese robot is with pure spirit and mana. And Rose has all that. Anyways, Rose is going to destroy Mana and Furo, the witch. Like this is classic good versus evil. Rose, the pure, good Christian, like just very, very, like she meditates every single day. You can see it. You can feel it. The way she speaks, the way she talks, the way she fights, you can tell. And Mana and Furo, the warts growing out of her fucking chin like a fucking evil witch. This is classic good versus evil. And Rose's last her last live stream, I saw that fire back in her. That was not there in the Carla fight. Rose is gonna come back and she is gonna finish her. Mark my words, she's gonna finish her. I don't even need to do any astrology on it. I don't give a shit. Because I think Rose is a better fighter anyways. I don't care that she's moving up a weight class. I don't think it fucking matters because Furo is a striker anyway, so it doesn't matter that she's moving up. And Rose is gonna fucking outclass her, and I think she's gonna get a knockout too, or maybe she submits her. I don't know, but she finishes her for sure. I am as confident in that pick as I was in my Sugar pick, as I was in my Pereira over Jan pick. Those are like my two like super confident picks lately. That were like. When I talk about confident picks, I'm talking about like underdog picks or like even picks. Cause like I was super confident in RoboCop yesterday, but he was like a -350 favorite. Like I can't really like give that out or take credit for the fact that RoboCop beat the shit out of a guy who has zero fucking anything to offer on the ground. Sadly, because I like Tululin. He's fun on the feet. Like if you give him a chance on the feet, he's fun. Speaking of that fight, kind of strange that they didn't make it a no contest. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw the replay of that, I was like, that is the most obvious illegal strike that I've seen in a while on the ground anyways. He hit him like right here, dude. Like he hit him right here. And it wasn't like he was like turning his head to get like he just like that was the knockout shot. He saw the side of his head and it was a vicious fucking elbow. I thought it was going to be a no contest. I would not have been sad or mad at all if it was a no contest because I like Tululin, but I also like RoboCop too. I like both those guys. But going into this fight, I wasn't sure who I was going to pick because RoboCop likes to stand up. But if you're going to prolapse, no way. That's funny, Jesse. No fucking way, dude. I'm telling you, if you bet on Furo, well, good, do it. Be my guest. Bet on her and see what fucking happens. I think she's a 2-1 favorite too. So if you bet on any 2-1 favorite in women's mixed martial arts, you're an idiot. I don't care what the matchup is. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. If I ever bet women's martial arts, it's even money or better. I am not going to take I'm not going to take a 2-1 risk on women's mixed martial arts. Even if Rose was a 2-1 favorite, I would not bet her. Even though I'm 100% confident she wins, I'm not betting her because it's still women's mixed martial arts. You never know exactly what you're going to get. But I do know with Rose, like she's fucking pissed off about her last performance. She doesn't say it, but I can tell. And she's not even to blame for her last performance. It's fucking Pat Barry. He's the one to fucking blame. Fucking telling her that she was doing great. And she won that fight. That's the craziest thing about this whole thing is that she actually won that fight very clearly. Yes, it was one of the worst title fights of all time. I don't deny that at all. But she won the fight. Like she clearly won the fight. I thought she won all 5 rounds. like pretty fucking clear. Like the first round, you could probably like 10-10 because they literally did nothing to each other. But Rose should still be champion right now. Weili is very, very lucky to be champion because Weili could fight Rose 100 times. She's not winning many of those fights. She's only beating Rose when Rose is like not on her game. When Rose is on her game, she's going to beat that robot every single time. And I have so much respect for Weili. She's incredible. Like I said, she's a robot. Like on the embedded or something, she was like counting to 5,000 as she was jumping rope, and one of her coaches like, "You count to 5,000? What the fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like she doesn't even think there's anything weird about that at all. Like actual robot status, which I respect. I definitely respect. But that type of person is never gonna be. What's up, Lexa? But that type of person is never gonna be like one of my favorite fighters. Hi. But dude, what else do I want to talk about? Because last night was fucking awesome. Ian Gary, grown up Nubby. First off, any of you guys have seen Nubby in chat? Does Ian Gary not look like a stretched out Nubby? He got the same exact fucking face. So when Ian Gary put one of the worst beatdowns I've seen in a while, like I can think of worse beatdowns, but not ones that happened this year. That was the most one-sided beatdown, like just absolute mollywhopping in the past year, I want to say. It was insane. And I can't believe I didn't pick Magny. I don't think many people picked Magny. There was a couple people, there was a lot of people wishing that Magny would win. Not me. I was pulling for Gary. Gary is easily one of the most annoying characters for sure right now in the UFC. No questions. That's very obvious. Like he's 10 times worse than O'Malley. People are hating him on O'Malley, but Gary is far, far, far more insufferable in my opinion. But when Gary loses, like we need someone good. Like we need someone that can take that shine and use it. It can't be fucking Neil fucking Magny being the one to beat him. That's the last thing I want to see. I don't want to see Neil Magny beating any top prospects. Ever. Fucking ever. That's nothing against Neil Magny. It's just he's got a boring, shitty fight style. Why would anyone root for that? It's impossible to cheer for. Like, I just don't care. Even though, like during the press conference, I thought Gary was just very annoying and stupid. I thought when Gary was talking to the reporters, telling him not to ask Neil a question, I thought if I was a reporter, I would say, Ian, you can't tell me how to do my fucking job, dude. You're a fighter. Like, you do your job, I'm going to do my job. Ask Neil a fucking question, shut the fuck up, and let him answer the fucking question. That's what I would have said, for sure. But reporters are so fucking soy, they don't know how to stand up for themselves. They get the soyest fucking reporters. I know that's on purpose. Like there is no way that is an accident because the vast majority of MMA fans are not that soy. Like we enjoy MMA. We like violence. So just inherently we're not the soyest bunch. But MMA reporters probably, I would say all sports reporters are like in a very, very soy bubble, but MMA seems to be the most soy. The arguments they try to make and the way they try to skew the facts and shit. What did I just find? I don't know, chicken. But back to that fight. Holy shit, it was awesome to watch. Dude, first fucking kick. Woo! Magny gone, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I was team. I said this in Rigo's chat yesterday. I said this is going to be a cuck showcase. I knew it. This is going to be a cuck showcase. Thoughts on JDM versus Gary? Ooh, Cage, what's up, buddy? Good question. I was thinking about this too. JDM's gonna. It's hard to say right now. Like once I say JDM versus Holland, I'll have a better understanding of that matchup if they were to ever fight. I think I would go Gary. And the reasons why are more esoteric than they are actual fighting based. I highly respect both guys in terms of their fighting skills. I think I think both JDM and Gary fucking wipe the floor with the old guard of the welterweight division pretty much. Maybe Covington can ragdoll Gary. Oh, Covington could ragdoll JDM for sure. And he maybe could do it to Gary too. But for the most part, I think they destroyed the old guard. But the difference between Gary and JDM is that Gary has a succubus on his corner. And Rigo made a video on this, and it was, I think it's one of Rigo's most accurate videos to like in terms of like how spot on he was with his mana read of Ian Gary. Ian Gary is on a fucking rocket. He's not going to lose for a while. He's not. And whenever he does lose, it's going to be a spiral down. Like he's rocket straight up, rocket straight down. So ride Gary on the way up. And once he gets a matchup that's actually seems like he might lose, then think about betting against him. But like I knew for a fact Magni wasn't going to be the one to beat him. He's got a succubus in the corner. He has that evil dark mana that it's literally predestined because he married her, because he did all those rituals with her. It's predestined. His career is going to just be straight. It's going to be like Connor's, but like 10 times less impressive, I guess, but very, very similar in the sense that straight up win every fight, and then once they lose, like it's just gonna dwindle very, very, very quickly, and he's not gonna have the same fighting ability that he has right now. Like he looked so fucking good against Magni. Magni's always on stilts, so easy to knock down. True, but holy shit, it was. But Magni's never gotten his ass beat like this. This was a whole nother level. This was Ian taking care of all his fucking. Hey, it's okay, Bubby. I think people marrying witches. No. I think people marrying witches. The game power is definitely a real thing. Logan Paul just married a witch. Wait, did he marry her? Pat Barry? Tom Brady's married to a witch. No, Tom Brady divorced her. Or I don't know if they're officially divorced yet, but they are separated. But yes, Pat Barry, 100%. 100%. It's a real thing. Rigo's video talks all about it, goes really in depth in it, and he's 100% right. And I sense the same exact thing from Ian Gary. Like he gets his power from her, but then she's gonna take all that away. 100%. Like it's gonna. So Cage, back to your question. Like if they were to fight right now, Ian Gary, if they were to fight 5 years from now when Gary's on the decline, then JDM's still going to be around in 5 years, in my opinion. Gary's going to be, he'll still be around, but he's going to be like where Tony Ferguson is now, I think. It's not going to be looking good for him. So 5 years from now, JDM all fucking day. Right now, Ian Gary all day. And that's purely based on mana. It has nothing to do with their fighting abilities. Fighting abilities, I'd probably go with Ian Gary just because he's so fucking long, dude. Like he's really, really, really long. I just feel like we haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But I imagine with JDM's heavy boxing style that he's probably going to have issues with Ian Gary's length. That would be my guess. So I would definitely go Gary in that fight right now for both those reasons. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, Black Shield was robbed. GM3 Petrosky went almost exactly like how I said it would. I said I could see Petrosky smashing him. I could see Petrosky gasking and then GM3 coming back late. And that's like pretty much what happened. Like, it went like that's why I was having such a hard time picking it, because I was like, it could go either way, man. This is such an even fight. I don't think Petrosky needs to work on his fucking cardio, man. Holy shit. He really needs to work on his cardio. If he just fixes that, I don't think he's a top contender. I don't think he ever challenges for the belt. Or if he does, it's not going to be a competitive match. But he's a top 15. He's definitely a top 15 middleweight if he fixes his cardio. But if he doesn't, he is not a top 15 middleweight, and it's that simple. Oh, another one. Brad Tavares. I forgot about it. Brad Tavares and Chris Weidman. I don't know how the fuck Brad Tavares didn't finish Chris Weidman. I think it was in the second. Like I picked Tavares by finish in the second round, and that was not because I believe in Tavares' finishing power, because he has none. But because I was listening to Weidman talk, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to win this fight and then another title run. It's like, dude, you're 39, you haven't fought in 2 years, and you're coming off one of the most disgusting injuries in all of UFC history. Don't even be talking about another fucking title run, you fucking idiots. Focus on the guy in front of you who's a really bad matchup for you. So when I heard him saying that, I was like, nah, there's no fucking chance he even makes it through the 15 minutes with Brad Tavares. And credit to Weidman, he toughed it out. But it was like early in the second round, I'm thinking, oh, dude, I made an incredible prediction. Like I thought for sure after like the first minute and a half of the second round that Tavares was going to finish it in that second round for sure. No swearing. Yeah, I can't. No pooping either. So many alts in here. I don't know who any of you guys are. Why can't you just use your actual like who I know you guys by? Am I still blacklisted from Jerusalem? Or are you guys still blacklisted from Jerusalem where Musical says like if you're in this chat, you can't like he'll kick you out of Discord or some fucking bullshit or like that? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if he was like that. But anyways, here's something I want to talk to you guys about. There's nothing to do with UFC at all. Way better than MMA, way better than UFC. I just started training in Power Slap. And if any of you guys don't watch Power Slap, fucking start watching Power Slap. Rigo got me into Power Slap. It is so much more fun to watch in the UFC. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm not saying that as a meme. I am dead serious. Power Slap is my favorite sport right now, by far. I just started training 2 days ago. And holy shit, was I stunned at the difference between throwing a punch and throwing a slap. And the difference isn't the fact that you're slapping instead of punching. That has no difference. The difference is that you're standing square and you can't move your feet. When you throw a punch, you pivot, you turn, you move your hips, you get your legs into it. That's how I have power. That's how I've fucking thrown punches. Definitely the last few years, but like since I've been watching UFC, I've been shadow boxing and shit just because like when you fight fans, like you fucking, when you watch, like whenever I watch an exciting fight, I'm usually punching shit. Like I usually am. I was punching shit during the O'Malley fight for sure. But so I did like 10 slaps, every single fucking slap, weak as fuck. And I know, like I'd maybe knock out like Wheelchair Juru with these slaps, but I wouldn't knock out anyone that would actually be in Power Slap with these slaps. So I'm not going to do it every day, but like 4 or 5 days a week, I'm training my slaps. I'm training my balls, I guess, my ability to take a shot without flinching. I'm training everything you need to do with Power Slap. Hopefully, it doesn't take long for me to get to the point where I feel like I can slap as hard as I punch. Because if I can do that, like first off, I think their lightest weight class is either welterweight or lightweight. Hopefully it's lightweight. I think it's welterweight though. And I don't mind going up in weight divisions. I really don't. I'm definitely going to be, okay, listen to me right now. What's up, Kyle Me? How does one train for Power Slap? You slap, hold on, do I have it? I don't have it with me. I just put a boxing glove, not a boxing mitt, and I put it at like normal height. And I was varying the heights. I was doing a couple lower ones because if they do make a bantamweight Power Slap division, I'd probably be facing like shorter guys. But I'm not opposed to moving up in division at all if they don't have a bantamweight division. So I just stand it. And then slap the shit out of it. And that's how I train. That's how and just gauge how much power I have. And that sounds kind of weird. I have been boxing for 2.5 years now, and I know like I have enough kinetic memory in my brain and my body to like I just instinctively know if something's a good hit and something's a bad hit. I have yet to have a good slap yet. It's getting better. It's definitely better than when I started. And if you guys don't believe me, try it out for yourself. If any of you guys are boxers, like you know how to punch, try slapping and see if you can get 1/3 of the power as you can with punching. It is fucking hard. It gave me way more respect for the Power Slap guys because I didn't really think about it, but like you're square, your hips are square and you can't move your feet. I think that's bullshit. I don't think you should be able to completely lift your foot off the ground, but I think you should be able to pivot your feet. That would make for more knockouts, and it'd make for more knockouts. Simple as, it'd make for more knockouts. Imagine how good Turpig would be if he could just shift his feet a little bit. He already has insane power. Here's another thing about Turpig too. So before I started training in Power Slap 2 days ago, I was thinking, like, just watching Turpig this entire time. What's up, Leonte Dollar? How's it going, buddy? Hope you enjoyed last night's card. It was fucking awesome. But watching Turpig's slapping style, I was thinking, like, it doesn't look like it's accurate. It doesn't look like he actually is like generating power, and it just looks like all his knockout power comes from his mana. But that's actually not true. That's actually not true. I've actually started studying a little bit of power slap techniques, like going back and watching old power slap fights and shit, seeing what works. And his technique, it looks the worst, but it's not. It's not. I tried. I forgot who the guy was, but I tried the guy who goes like this real quick and then slap. And I tried. Then there's like that short black guy that kind of like uses his entire body to do it. I tried all these different slaps. Turpig actually, I think he actually has the best technique. It just doesn't look like he does. When you're slap, he comes from the hip. He does it from the hip, and he doesn't really move anything else. It's just the hip, and that's what you need to generate power in any strike. But when you're straight on, it just doesn't look like that much. It just looks stupid. But he's got it down. He actually does have good technique. So it's not just pure mana, because and. You guys, I want multiple people. I want multiple people to try out for Power Slap. Why don't you join Power Slap to rep Jerusalem? Okay, I just talked about this. I started training 2 days ago in Power Slap. When I'm confident that I have a strong slap, I'm going to start training my neck muscles a lot. I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do a lot of shrugs, a lot of rucking. A lot of thin strap rucking because I got a bigger backpack lately and I can do more weight with it, but it stopped working my trap so much because it dispersed the weight over my entire trap and my back versus a thin strap, which even though I can't do as much weight with it because the backpack will break, I could just fall into pieces. The very, very thin straps and having like 32 pounds on me versus thick straps and 40 pounds on me, massive difference in my traps. So that's going to be another part of my training program, but probably it's not going to take me that long. I'm guessing like a week or two whenever I feel like the next Power Slap is in October, I believe. It's definitely going to be before October. But whenever I feel like I can slap someone, when I can knock someone out, when I know I can knock someone out, because I know I can knock someone out with a punch. Dude, yeah, Wheelchair wouldn't dare do it. Wheelchair is literally 5'6", 109 3/4 pounds. And that's not a joke. Like, he literally is. I would bet my life that he is no more than 1 inch taller and he's no more than 10 pounds bigger. I would bet anything. And that's not me being weightist or heightist. It's just, he lies about his height and weight. And like, I know when people are lying, and he's lying. He's fucking lying. Like, for instance, Rigo, if you're still here, I know you don't lie about your height. You are exactly my height. You say you're a sliver below 5'11", and I believe you because I'm a sliver below 5'11". And I can tell you're telling the truth. However, when you talk about your weight, I know you're lying, Rigo. I know you're right. You're lying. A, because I have a good lie detector, but B, I can also see that you are my size. And I'm not 155, so you certainly aren't 155. And Dickin claims he's 5'10", 155, and I can tell he is 5'10", 155, and he looks a little bigger than you. So, sorry to call you out. I love your shit, but it's hard, and this is not Rigo slander. When you stream for a long time, it is very, very hard not to lie. It is. You get fucking, look how much Guru lies, look how much Eagle lies, look how much Wheelchair lies. Like, their streams are just constant fucking lies. And it's not because it's just, you're just talking. It's stream of consciousness. And stream of consciousness, it isn't all truth that goes up in here. So it's not slander in any way. But me and Rigo are the exact same size, dude. The exact same size. And I haven't weighed myself in like 5 or 6 years. So I don't know how much I weigh, but I know it's not 155. I know it's less than that. So I know Rigo's less than that. But anyway, so with Power Slap, as soon as I feel like I can do it, I'm gonna make a video. I'm putting it on this channel because I already went to a Power Slap's sign up website, and they just have like they just said like your name, why you want to be a Power Slap, if you have any combat experience and shit like that, and then they say link to your social, and that's it. Well, I don't have any social media because I'm not fucking gay, but I do have my YouTube channel, which isn't that. There's only a couple of you in here, but still, like, there's almost 1,000 people subscribed to me, so it looks good. It looks good. But I'm gonna, instead where it says link your social media, I'm gonna link a training montage of me training for Power Slap, and it's gonna be loaded with I don't know if I can promise this but the goal is gonna be loaded with Turpig-like personality. I'm not gonna be imitating him. I can never be Turpig. Turpig is Turpig. But that level of just insanity and intensity and hilariousness, I'm going to bring that to the training video. And there's a 0% chance they don't pick me, because how many other people are going to do videos like that? And how many other people have the charisma of me? They don't. Not that many people do. There's like, you got Turpig, and literally no one else in Power Slap has any charisma. Oh, there's another person. I forgot his name. Azrael, I think that's his name. There's another guy that's got a little bit of charisma, but for the most part, it's like a lot of vanilla guys. Like one of the guys looks like a businessman, and like there's just not much going on with Power Slap. I will definitely bring the I'll bring the personality for sure. And in the video, I'm gonna say, hey, look, I'm probably a bantamweight. Like, I literally haven't weighed myself in a long time, but I'm guessing I'm a crazy fluctuator. So at the absolute highest, when like I've stuffed myself, maybe I'm 150, 155. I'm probably between like lowest 135, highest 155. I'm probably in between like 140, 145. That'd be my guess. And I'm going to tell them, I know there's not a bantamweight division right now, but if you make one, I will be the face of the bantamweight division. But I don't mind moving up to featherweight. That's fine. Like I probably weigh about that much anyways. And I don't mind moving up to lightweight. That's fine. I'll move up. I don't give a shit. That's only 10 pounds. I don't care. If there is no lightweights, I'll move up to welterweights. I don't give a shit. Just pay me a little bit more, because that's like 30 pounds difference. Like that's especially if they're cutting a welterweight, like I'm giving up a massive amount of weight there, but I'll do it. Like, I'm not scared to get slapped in the face. I'm not scared to get knocked out. I'm really not. And to me, it just makes so much sense to do this, because it seems like an easy route to like easy money. I mean, it's not a shitload of money, but it's going to keep growing. I think Turpig got 5-5 for his last win, which wasn't even a title fight. I'm sure when he slaps the shit out of Wolverine, he's gonna make more money than that. Have Rigo promote your training montage video. I hope so. Rigo's never promoted me ever. I've never asked him to, but he's also never has, which is why I have 4 viewers here instead of 30. Because guys like Dickin, guys like Legal, guys like Gnome Chad, they have way less subscribers. And they have way more people watching their live streams, and it's because Rigo promotes them. Like, it's that simple. And Wheelchair Juru, he was in the same boat as me. He used to have just like a couple 10 at max viewers whenever he'd stream. Rigo promoted him once, and all of a sudden he's got 20 and 30 viewers. I don't know about every stream, but like last time I saw 30, and then that's the only way. Whether it be muscle or fat, you need to put on more weight, or you'll get mogged at lightweight. Dude, I don't. Jesse, I don't put on fat. Like, my body doesn't put on fat. It just doesn't. They go live more frequent. It's got nothing to do with that, P-Drunk, I don't think. It's got everything to do with the fact that Rigo promotes them. No one would know who they were if Rigo didn't say, hey, go to this after my stream. And I think, and part of it is my fault too, because there have been a few times when I felt like I could go live after a Rigo stream, where he's like, someone go live and I'll promote you and shit. But it's always late at night, and my streams are always just fucking this low energy and shit at night because I'm so high. Like I'm sober in the day, I'm high at night. That's what I do. So, and I'm just different when I'm high. I can't bring the fucking energy like I can when I'm sober. So I'm always like, and I never really feel like streaming when I'm fucking high. Like it never sounds like fun to me. But I should do it one day. Cause I swear to God, if I just do it once, if I just do it one time, if I get 30 viewers in here one time, I'll retain a certain percentage of them. But they do go live more frequent. I'll give you that. But they also go live more frequent because they know they're gonna get viewers. One of the reasons why I don't go live as often is because I'm boycotted by Jerusalem, and I'm not getting help. I'm not getting any help from Big Rig. So it's like there's not really a whole lot of incentive for me to go live unless I just want to go live. Today, I just wanted to go live because I was so fucking pumped for yesterday's card. Ask MMA Joey how to put on weight. I said I don't want to put on. Look at Turpik. If you guys have been watching Power Slap, look at Turpik. Power Slap 1, he was like 265 pounds. And now he's 205 pounds. And he slaps harder now than he did at 265. So, and he takes a shot as good as he used to. Like, he didn't lose any ability to take a shot. Like, while I agree more weight would help me, like having more weight would help me, I can only put on muscle. And like fat would not help me. Fat would just slow me down. And I would have to start taking steroids and shit. And I don't really want to. I don't really want to. And doesn't matter whether it's like boxing or basketball, power slap. I'm used to being the smaller guy. I'm almost always the smaller guy in any sports competition. I'm used to that. And I like that. I actually prefer that. Because when you're the smaller guy, it's a win-win. If you lose, you were supposed to lose. You're the smaller guy. If you win, you just beat Goliath. It's like I prefer to be David versus Goliath. This is why, Wheelchair Drew would never, ever, like, have you guys ever seen Wheelchair Drew when he's asked about a combat question, like when he's asked like if he trains or if he has any ideas of training, like he gets fucking like he gets all weird and freaked out because he's so scared of physical confrontation. You can tell there's something wrong with him. Oh, someone in Rigo's chat? Maybe it was Toast chat. I think it was Rigo's chat. Someone was saying that he's a convicted pedophile. And then it did remind me of something this was last year, so it's like a really fucking hazy memory. But I do vaguely remember him maybe like last November, October or something, saying something about how a girl lied about her age or something and fucked him over with that. But like it's very, very vague in my memory. Like I used to go in Wheelchair Drew's chat between like he started streaming I think like last October, like around the time I did. And then I stopped in December. It was like from October to December, and I would never be in there long because I don't play video games. Video games are for fucking nerds and for fucking virgins. And I stopped playing video games years ago. So like when I would go on the street just to like support him, like just type a few things and like for chat and shit. But like literally can't fucking handle watching someone play Halo or any video game. Like it's just like you're an adult human being. How I just don't understand how you can spend your childhood doing that and then also spend your adulthood doing that. If you didn't have games as a child, I understand. If you had games as a child like I did, it's like there's no fucking point. Anyway, so like I would be in there for like 10-15 minutes at a time. I was never like a crazy like diehard Wheelchair Drew guy. But I remember him on stream, like he was drunk on stream one day. He used to fucking say a whole bunch of shit, just revealing a whole bunch of facts about himself that he really shouldn't. That's how I know he lives in Idaho. Fucking Pocatello pickle muncher. But I remember him being really drunk one night playing Halo and like complaining about how this girl was just lied to him about her age and stuff and how it fucked him. And he didn't go into detail, but he said she fucked me. So I'm pretty sure he's an actual sex offender. He's actually on the sex offender list, and he's a pedophile. I'm pretty sure. Now that's not me like if a girl, like if that story is true, like I'm not going to hold that against him. He's a piece of shit anyways. Like I don't care, but I do think that's karma for being a shit person. Because all he does is just fucking shit on people. Like I don't think I've ever heard him talk good about anyone, maybe besides Andrew Tate in my entire life. And that should tell you enough about him. What do I do about a presence in my house from another dimension? Good question, Jesse. You're gonna have to elaborate on that. What's up, Hobknocker? What type? Like, when you talk about presence, is it a good presence, a neutral presence, or a bad presence? And like, what are you specifically feeling from this? And what do you like? Do you want to get rid of it, Jesse, or do you want to make peace with it? Do you want to make friends with it? Like, that's kind of an open-ended question. So I'll answer it when you give me more details, because it all depends on what you want to do with said presence. But Cleveland is a very, very old town. Like, wherever you're living, it's probably pretty old. Like my apartment building was established, I think, in like 1970 or some shit. So there's a lot of ghosts in these hallways. There's a lot of spirits around here, and yes, I have I definitely have some experience with that shit. Doesn't surprise me. That wheelchair Drew, yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna shit on him for if that story's true. If he fucked a 17-year-old and 16-year-old, and he thought she was 18 or 19 or whatever, and like fucking whatever, dude. Like, I don't like. I can't. I'm not gonna call him a bad person for that. I'll call him a bad person for everything else he does, though. For being a fucking virgin. Like, he probably didn't even have sex with it. Like, I get heavy incel, or maybe he had sex. Like, fuck. Maybe that was the only time he had sex. But I just get such heavy incel vibes from him. He's just angry at fucking everything. The last time I went on his stream, someone in Rigo's chat said, You gotta go right now to Wheelchair Drew's stream. He shaved his beard. He looks hilarious, or something like that. And I was like, okay. And I had a good chuckle because of, like, I've seen him call other people ugly so many times. He looks like, if you've ever seen, what's it called? Requiem for a Dream with Jared Leto. He looks like if you crossed Michael Jackson with Jared Leto from Requiem for a Dream. And if you haven't seen Requiem for a Dream, it's Jared Leto. He lost, I believe, like 40, 50 pounds. And he's already not a very big guy. He lost like 40, 50 pounds for that role. He's just a heroin addict. He plays a heroin addict in the movie. And Juru looks exactly like a combination between methed out Jared Leto and about to die Michael Jackson without his beard. With his beard, he looks more like a human. But I don't really want to keep shitting on him, because I also kind of feel bad for him. Like, I knew someone he's definitely autistic, and I'm not saying that like in an aggressive or mean way. He most certainly is. The way he responded to Rigo pretty lightly, just going in on him, like it's banter. Like, we shit on each other. That's what we do. This is it's MMA fucking YouTube. Of course we're gonna have little random beefs and shit. He still is like, he holds such a grudge. He holds such a fucking grudge. It's insane. Like when I went to that stream, the entire time he was just shitting on Rigo for nothing, for literally fucking nothing. Rigo's too stupid to do it. Like, it was something like, Rigo's too stupid to fucking to do some video recording thing. Like, he thinks, I don't know. He's super autistic. And I knew someone exactly like him. This person I knew in real life, he was a friend's friend in school. He was 5'6", 110 pounds, and he was autistic, like diagnosed autistic. And he had insane anger issues because he was 5'6", 110 pounds, and autistic, and he didn't know how to interact with the world. And he's my age. He's my age. He's 34. He's my age. To my knowledge, I haven't talked to him in like 7 years. I don't think, but like, his closest friend, I still keep in touch with. And so to my knowledge, he's still a virgin. And his anger and his rage is getting higher and higher and higher. And I can relate to that in the sense because when COVID hit, I went through like a dry spell of like, it was like a year and a half, 2 years where I didn't have sex. And I thought I was going to fucking kill someone. I genuinely thought I was going to fucking kill someone. And it gave me a whole new appreciation for this guy. His name's Eric Watt. I'm doing a dickin right now, giving you a fucking name of someone you don't know. But I used to always hate this guy, but now I started to feel really bad for him. I'm like, geez, it's actually like when you want to have sex and then you can't have sex for whatever reason, if you're not good enough or like COVID and shit, whatever the reason, it doesn't matter what the fucking reason is. When you want to have sex and you can't have sex, that's how fucking mass murderers are created, you know? Like I said, I only dealt with it for less than 2 years. He dealt with it his entire life. And Juru, I'm not saying he's a complete virgin. I don't know. It does sound like he had sex with a minor one time, but it also sounded like it was a long time ago. So I think he's a born-again virgin, an involuntary born-again incel. Because you can tell that rage. You can tell when someone has all that pent up, like, and he never goes out of his house. It was on Gnome Chad's stream. He was bragging about having an Instacart. He was saying that I was jealous of him for having an Instacart subscription. I was like, what are you talking about? I have a car. He doesn't have a car. I have a car. I go to the market like a human. I'm not scared of people beating the shit out of me because even though I'm on the smaller end, I train and I'm not afraid of anyone anymore. Like I'm genuinely not afraid of anyone. I know when someone can kick my ass and I know when I can kick someone's ass. Like I'm very objective. I'm very objective in my analysis of myself. That's one of my biggest strengths. So like I'm never scared. Like he's like in this constant fear bubble because he knows he can't really do anything. Actually, I really just feel bad for. I genuinely feel bad for him, but he's so angry and shit that he makes me want to shit on him. Like I said, the only reason why I made that video, period, was because I got back 2 days ago. I was in Coeur d'Alene for 4 days. And I genuinely was gonna drive down because he's in the southern part of Idaho, and like just like have. I knew he wasn't gonna do something, but but if he wanted to, I would have. And I truly don't think. Like hypothetically, if he wanted to do something like that, I wouldn't have gone super hard on him. Like I wouldn't have tried to knock him out. I really wouldn't have. Because even though he's probably like my least, no, I hate Strickland's burn. Strickland's burn is way worse. But he's one of my least favorite people in Jerusalem for sure. But he's so tiny and frail, and I truly believe he's a fent addict too. Like some of the way he talks, and the biggest thing. This is my imitation. Here's a water bottle. This is my imitation of Juru drinking. And it's like when he drinks, it's like he's getting fucking life force in. And I know exactly what that is because I was a heroin addict for a very, very long time. And I drank water the same exact fucking way, dude. The same exact fucking way when I was in his position. So I know what that looks like. I know what that feels like. I'm telling you, he's a fent addict because real heroin, maybe it still exists. I don't know. I have been out of the drug game, the hard drug game for a very long time now. 8 years. He still shits on me. He claims that I'm on drugs and shit. But I mean, if we stood next to each other, like you'd be able to tell which one's on drugs. Let's see. It's only around during the day. Doesn't seem mean-spirited, but it's making itself known. Maybe I just leave it alone. Okay, so so you're saying it's like a neutral spirit? Well, so do you want to leave it alone, or are you interested in it, Jesse? Like do you want to like befriend it? Because if you want to befriend it or like try to perceive it in somehow, I can give you some exercises and some tips to befriend this entity or whatever it is, whatever it might be, a ghost in the machine, who fucking knows? Like I find other dimensional entities can be a wide variety of things. It doesn't have to be a ghost. It could be something from another dimension. It could be many, many different things. But if you want it to just go away, then the best thing to do is to ignore it. Just leave it alone. And like whenever whenever something strange happens, like in your mind, act as if that never happened. Just be like, nope, this is nope, reality is just normal. I'm just gonna fucking ignore that. But if you want to befriend it, like if you want to actually try to do something cool and spiritual with it, or like just trying to just experiment with it or whatever, then you do the exact opposite. Then you focus on all those strange anomalies. And I can give you some exercises you can do that will like get you more spiritual and some things to look out for, and you can make friends with it. So it depends on what you want to do with it, Jesse. Juru is a fun-sized guru without the humor. He's not like Guru at all, though. That's the thing. Juru, I personally don't think Juru even cares about MMA at all. Like Guru loves MMA. Guru is passionate about MMA. Juru seems like a grifter. Like he's only part of Jerusalem, and he's only part of the MMA sphere because it's something he feels like he can make money off of. I've never ever once heard Juru or seen Juru talk about a fight like willingly, like in detail, and like go into it with any amount of passion at all, or any amount of detail or breakdown analysis ever. Have any of you guys? I never have. I've only ever seen him get mad at his parents he allegedly doesn't live with anymore, but he gets mad at him all the time. So part of me thinks he still lives with them. Yeah, so I don't think he's like Guru. He doesn't have impressions like Guru. He doesn't care about MMA like Guru. He doesn't interact with chat in a funny way like Guru. Like, I don't think he's anything like Guru other than his name. What is my combat experience? Just 2.5 years of boxing. For the first year, I was sparring, and then I stopped sparring because of my tooth. And then recently, like 3 months ago, I started sparring again. Just because like hitting people in the face and getting hit in the face is genuinely probably my favorite thing to do in the world right now. I fucking love to spar. I fucking love it. I love getting my ass kicked, and I love kicking people's asses. It's actually so fucking fun. Really, really fucking fun. And the best thing, my favorite thing, by far, my favorite thing, as gay as it sounds, is the camaraderie between two people after they just beat the shit out of each other. It's like, Pedro, come to my gym, bro. Where are you, man? I mean, I will if you're in the area. I don't think you are. I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, Pedro, you're either European or Australian, something like that. I don't think you're American. I could be wrong though. But yeah, I would love to, man. I would love to. I fucking love boxing. It's so fun. It's so fucking fun. Like a month and a half ago, I was sparring someone way bigger than me. Like, I should not have been sparring with him, but he was the only guy left. Like, it was just like we were the guy. We just got matched up with each other. And after the fight, and he got the better of me for sure, but it was competitive. And after the fight, he's like, Ryan, you're not that good, but he's like, you're so smart and you got so much power that it makes you good. And like, I was like, thank you. Yes, yes. I'm not good, but my intelligence and my power makes me kind of good. Exactly. Thank you for noticing. And that kind of like bond and stuff, like, I don't know. I like it. It gets all my aggressions out. It gets my anger out. It's just fun. It's really fucking fun. Any of you who don't train, go to a boxing gym. I'm telling you, it's not that bad fucking getting hit with a fucking boxing glove. I've never done bare knuckle. I was considering getting into bare knuckle because, like I said, I'm turning 35 soon in 2 months. Turning 35 in 2 months. And like, so like my window for combat sports is like, it's very small. It's very fucking small right now, especially as a bantamweight. And so I was saying, I can't do boxing. Like, I can't really get into boxing now, but I could do bare knuckle. But then I saw power slap. And I'm like, no, dude, power slap is the fucking way. Power slap is the way that I become big. A, because I like power slap way more. B, I'm allowed more creativity with power slap. I don't know if you guys have been watching BKFC, but for the most part, their promotion of their fighters is dog shit. Other than the few fighters at the top, they don't let their fighters speak. They don't let their fighters like really really have a platform to show their personality and have the fans get behind them. That's by far my biggest gripe with BKFC is that they don't let their fighters show who they are. Power Slap does. They don't do it as much as they should, but they're getting better at it. And I predict with each passing Power Slap and with more people like Turpig on the roster, they're going to have more. They're going to have more mic time. And that's the reason why I want to do it, man. Like, yeah, I want to beat the shit out of people, but more than that, I want to fucking verbally abuse people and then beat the shit out of people. That's what I really want to do. And I just feel like at my age, Power Slap's the way to go. It hasn't been around that long at all. Even though I slap like a fucking bitch right now, that's not going to happen for long. Like I slap better than I did 2 days ago. That's all I can fucking hang my hat on, you know? Like P Drunk right now. P Drunk, Deontay Wilder. You guys box, right? Try with square hips, not moving your feet. Try seeing how much power you can generate in a slap. It's very little. It's a completely different motion, and because you drill so much in boxing, like you're so used to the kinetic chain and the way the power shifts from your legs to your hips to your arms. You're so used to that motion. So slapping is completely fucking different. But it's so awkward, Cage. It's so fucking awkward. And that's why the best slapper in Power Slap, Turpig, looks very awkward when he slaps. It's because the actual technique you need to be a good slapper is fucking awkward. Like I figured that out like an hour in. I was like, oh yeah, like all these really cool looking windups and shit, they don't do anything. They don't fucking do anything. Like it's all, you got to you have to make it as much of a punch as possible with as little space as you have it. Like, so it's all about the hip. And because it's all about the hip, don't even really worry about the windup that much. Who gives a fuck about the fucking windup? The windup is not going to generate the power. As you guys know, the power always comes from your legs, and it's no different in slapping. It's just a different kinetic motion. So that's what I've learned. And so hopefully, and like my goal is, I don't really have a goal, but I want to have the video out like in a month. Like let's say that it's like August 20th. By September 20th, I want to have my video out. I want to have my resume sent to Power Slap. I probably won't be there for Power Slap 5, but maybe Power Slap 6 or Power Slap 7. Like I know for a fact I'm going to make an impression on Dana or whoever's looking at these entries. I'm going to make an impression for sure. And my prediction is that they're not going to have the lighter weight classes for a while, so I'm going to have to move up. But I don't. Here's the thing, Deontay Wilder. I don't think they suspend from. I think if anything, I think meth abuse is encouraged for Power Slap. So I don't think I would get suspended for that. But I would definitely try. Although I haven't done meth in like fucking 8 years, but I would try. Like if I can make headlines and if I can make it fucking hilarious, I would definitely try. Meth actually, I don't think there'd be a lot of sports where you'd actually do good on meth. I really don't, because like stimulants like coke and meth, crack, shit like that, they give you the illusion of energy. They don't actually give you energy though. It's the illusion of energy. They don't make you stronger. They make you feel like you're stronger, but you're not. You're actually weaker. But power slapping, it might actually be It might be beneficial. It might actually be beneficial because it can get you in that fucking insane headspace. But as I say that, maybe it wouldn't be, because it's like when you're power slapping, you're almost, unless you win the coin toss and you get a first round knockout, you're guaranteed to get slapped. And my gut is telling me that my ability to take a shot would be somewhat compromised on meth or any drug for that matter. I would probably do it. Like if I really, really want to be champion, which I do, I would do it sober. But cause I think, yeah, as I'm thinking about it, especially meth, the way it fucks with your head and like changes your brain chemistry, I think it would make it it would make it more likely that you would get knocked out. However, this is coming to my mind just now. Anthony Smith's home invader, allegedly on meth, allegedly wheelchair guru size, allegedly took 1 million shots from Anthony Smith and wasn't getting knocked out. So I don't know, or maybe he was on PCP or something. Who knows? But a cocaine abuser got suspended. You got Ho to be the first one. Wait, really? Wait, who got suspended? Leonte, who got suspended for coke in Power Slap? I did not hear about this. I did not hear about this at all. Why are they suspending people for drugs? Like that, like Power Slap and drugs seem like peanut butter and jelly. But any of you guys who have not seen Power Slap, give Power Slap 5 a chance in October. I'm telling you, especially, and if you don't give the whole card a chance, at least give Turpig a chance. He's going to be the main event. Some random guy in Power Slap. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy that they even drug test him for street drugs. That's actually crazy. I didn't even know they did. I didn't know they did drug testing, period, let alone testing for street drugs. That's insane. Oh, was that during the house? Was that when they like the initial part of it when they were in the house? Because I think I vaguely remember that, if it was. In which case, I guess it kind of makes it still doesn't make sense to me, dude. Like Power Slap is like the most degenerate form of entertainment I think there is, while still being kind of wholesome in a way. I fucking love it. I never thought I would love it. When like Power Slap, when you first hear about it, you're like, this is fucking stupid. Why would I ever watch it? But then you break down. You're like, yeah, but I watch mixed martial arts is my favorite fucking sport by a fucking mile. I literally don't even watch any other sports. Like that's people beating the shit out of each other. I'm watching people give each other CTE and ruining their future for our entertainment. That's mixed martial arts. Like, yes, there's an art to it. Yes, there's a lot of skill. Yes, it's fucking awesome. But in the end, it's still just violence. Power Slap takes away all the pretense. And it's like, no, we don't need any art. We don't need any skill. We just need knockouts. That's what we're all looking. We're looking for the violence. We're looking for the knockouts. We're looking for the entertainment and the excitement. And Michael Bisping, while I fucking hate him in the UFC, I fucking love him in Power Slap. He's tailor-made for Power Slap. His one-liners are perfect for Power Slap. Everything about Power Slap is awesome. There are issues. One, the way the rules set up, like it is rigged for sure. For instance, if I go first and I slap someone, and like let's say Mark Smith rules that it's not a knockout, but it's a knockdown, and Mark Smith rules that the guy can't continue, so it's a TKO. If it's in the case of a TKO and the other guy has to go, they should be able to get their one slap in on me to see if it's a draw, you know? But if it's a clean knockout, then yeah, he's fucking knocked out. If it's like AJ Hines mopping up the floor, like I said he would, he's knocked out. Like it's game over. He doesn't deserve a fucking shot, you know. But if it's a TKO, I think you should get that shot back, and so you can have a draw. I think that's only fair because the person who goes first, that's a pretty big fucking advantage. Also they call flinches sometimes when guys don't flinch, and then they don't call flinches when guys do flinch, and sometimes they're very lenient about guys shifting their feet a little bit, and sometimes they're very 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 strict. Like there is no consistency with the way Power Slap is refereed, and that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is fucking Mark Smith is there. They need to get rid of fucking him. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It needs to be more consistent, but I have a strong feeling. I gotta charge my phone, so we gotta take this into the other room. But I have a feeling they have it set up that way on purpose so they can, rig it, make money. It just makes sense. It was right after Power Slap was launched, and everyone was shitting on it. Everyone's still shitting on it, Leonte Dowder. Like I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed to MMA Digest, the guy who just does like 1 minute or 2 minute videos about MMA news and stuff. The guy who was stuck on 199K subs for like a year or some shit like that. Um, he shits. I mostly like his channel, but every single fucking chance he gets, and I mean every single fucking chance he gets, he shits on Power Slap and he shits on Dana White for fighter pay. And it pisses me off to no end. It's like every once in a while, sure, go ahead. It's your channel. Do what you want. But every single fucking time it gets old. It gets really fucking old. And like I rely on that channel for my MMA news. Like I like the fact that they're really short videos. And I can put it on 2x speed, 30 seconds. I can get whatever the fuck he's saying. And like now I know. So like it's a good channel, and I recommend it to anyone who isn't subscribed to him. But goddamn, will you lay off fucking Power Slap? Will you fucking lay off Power Slap and watch it? Everyone who shits on Power Slap hasn't watched it. If you watch it once, especially if you watch this last card, guys, if you haven't watched this last card, go on Rumble. Go to Rumble after the stream. I'm telling you, watch the entire card. The entire fucking card besides the first, I think it's the very first fight. Fucking incredible. It was the best Power Slap to date by far. It was fucking awesome. I had such a good time. Like I had a really good time yesterday. I had a really good time the week before because like two basically undefeated weeks in a row for me. So I was having a fucking blast. And still, Power Slap was way, way more fun than UFC. I was shitting on it because I'm a sheep and can't form opinions. Started watching it and realized it's fun. Exactly. I never really shit on it. Like I shit on it a little bit. I didn't like join the bandwagon of people like incessantly shitting on it. Just because I didn't know much about it. It just, to me, it sounded like a stupid idea. But I didn't have any anything like super against it. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, I would never watch that. And the only reason why I started watching it was because Rigo's like, no, dude, you should actually give it a chance. He's like, I'm not joking. It's actually a good time. So on his recommendation, and I thank you, Rigo. I know I don't think you're watching this anymore, but I thank you so much because it's so good. It's so fucking good, dude. It's the best. And I'll challenge. I mean, like as of right now, it's an open challenge, but that probably anyone would take. Because I'm telling you, I slap like a fucking bitch. Anyone in Jerusalem who wants to do a Power Slap stream or like just so I can fucking practice. Anyone in the area, Jesse, I know you're in the area now. If you want to do a fun Power Slap thing, or just thought of this too. Yesterday, Toast asked me to start doing the cold plunges streams again when it gets cold. So I will. I was planning on doing it anyways, probably. Jesse, if you want to do a fun stream, maybe we could like meet up at in Edgewater, like close to downtown Cleveland, and do it like November, December. If you're interested in that, that would be an interesting stream. I think people would tune into that. Or we could slap the shit out of each other. But I do think it'd be cool. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm a weird guy. Like I could understand not wanting to meet me in real life. But I think that would pull some numbers. Like 2 people in Jerusalem in the same area. I think it would probably do a little bit better than what this is doing now, but who knows? It's on late on weekdays, so I always miss it. But from watching clips, it looks cool. Yeah. Okay. So you can go back and watch the entire card, Jesse. You can go back and watch all the cards. So yeah, last time it was on Wednesday. Power Slap 4 it's normally on Wednesday, but Power Slap 3, I remember it was on a Friday. And I remember not liking that. I remember liking it way more on Wednesday. Because when it's on Friday, it's like, because Saturday is UFC day. So when it's on Friday, I don't know, it seems like it kind of just runs into that a little bit. I much preferred it on Wednesday. But yeah, it is usually late on weekdays. But that's what I like about it. It's like it's on a weird fucking day. I've been watching Dana White Contender Series. Of course I've been watching Dana White Contender Series. Episode 1 was great. Episode 2 was even greater. Yeah, it's been fucking awesome, dude. It's been awesome. Like, I did not watch Contender Series at all, literally at all, until last year. I think Guru got me into it. I believe it's Guru, or maybe it's Loquacious or Musical. I think it was the entire original, like the OGs of Jerusalem. They were talking about it, and because I didn't know what it was. In my mind, I thought it was just a new iteration of the Ultimate Fighter, and I stopped watching the Ultimate Fighter. I think it was like season 10 or season 14, so somewhere between 10 and 14. Or I think I watched 10 and then skipped a few and then watched 14 or something like that. Um, and I just got sick of it because it's always the same shit. It's always the same manufactured drama and shit. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I thought this, but I thought that Contender Series was pretty much the same thing as that. I didn't realize it was just a fight card. Uh, I didn't know. So last year, I started watching it. I think it was like episode 1 or 2. I started watching it, and I was immediately hooked. I was like, "Oh my god, this show's fucking incredible!" Because you got two fighters who are fighting to get in the UFC. That's like the best premise in the world. Like you have two fighters, not guaranteed, but as close to a guarantee as you possibly can get. That like they have so much incentive to put on a good show because you don't get a contract if you win. You get a contract if you put on a good show. And I love that. I fucking love that, dude. Thoughts on George Softwick and Guru's dick eating of him? So I don't really watch Guru that much anymore. Like I don't watch his streams at all. I watched like the first 5 minutes of his beanie removal stream, like after the fact, and then that's it. I can't watch Guru streams anymore. Like he phoned it. Like if you were around in the old days, it's not the same thing anymore. And and if I watch this, I try to limit my consumption of YouTube and shit. Some days I'm really good at it. Some days I'm not. I try to limit it as much as possible. And lately, I've been Rigo's chat a lot, and I've been in Gnome Chat's chat a little bit, and Dickens a little bit as well. And like I can't keep adding. I can't have more people. Like Guru just got phased out. I'll still watch 50 to 60% of his videos. I think most of his videos are good, but his streams are just absolute garbage. And like the whole reason why any of us are like watch streams and shit is for the interaction. Like that's why you're watching me right now. It's like because I'm responding to you and shit, and like we're having a fucking weird parasocial like relationship. That's the reason why we fucking do this shit. It's not to see like a fucking wall of text that's never going to be read. It's not shitting on Guru at all. It's like he got too big, and I knew that day was coming. For me, I think it was when he hit 50,000 or 55,000, somewhere around there. That's when I stopped watching him. So I don't know any of his like I knew he liked George Hardwick, but I didn't know like I don't know to what extent. The way Dana actually pushes for fun fights and doesn't sign boring fucks is so good for. I know exactly. It's so based. Like that's how it's supposed to be. That's how he needs to run the UFC. Period. Whereas, like, if you're allowed one boring fight, like people were shitting on Corey Sandhagen for having a boring fight. He tore his fucking tricep in the first round. What the fuck do you want him to do? Like, he's an exciting fighter. And he did what he had to do to win the fight with a fucking torn off the bone tricep in the first round of a 5-round fight. To me, that's fucking awesome. Like, yes, it was a boring fight. Yes, I was kind of drifting in and out of it. But he gets a pass. Rose Namajunas also gets a pass. Yes, it was the most boring fight. One of the most boring. There were actually worse fights than that, believe it or not. Like Ngannou Lewis, I think, was worse than that. Houston Alexander versus this is a long one, but Houston Alexander versus Kimbo Slice, I believe that was like one of the worst fights of all time. There's been some shitty ones, but I don't hold like what you get a fight or two here and there, but if you consistently are just like sniffing crotches and you're not entertaining, you get cut. I don't care if you're winning fights. You should get cut. That's how Dana should run the promotion. That's how you make an exciting promotion is you only have exciting fighters. And you don't cut fighters for being on a 3-fight losing streak or 4-fight losing streak or even 5-fight losing streak if all those fights are really fucking fun to watch. That's why Tony Ferguson still has a job, but maybe he should. I don't know, man. I genuinely think Tony threw the Bobby Green fight. I know for a fact he threw the Nate Diaz fight. Like he literally admitted it himself. But if you go back and watch the Bobby Green finish, Bobby Green was in side control, not side control. He was in half guard, and Ferguson literally used his foot to like kick Bobby Green's leg up and over his guard so he can get the fucking right angle to get the arm choke. So yeah, I think that was rigged too. But Ferguson's done. I just don't want to see him take any more damage. Like Ferguson's probably my favorite fighter of all time. Because I liked him so much inside the cage, but also so much outside the cage, and I still do. I love him so much outside the cage. It's hard to watch now. It's really fucking hard to watch because he's not the same human being anymore. So like, he still has a job, but like if I had a say in it, I'd be like, Tony, fucking retire. I'm pretty sure you made a lot of money these last two fights. Please, dear God, retire, please, man. Like I don't want to see him having issues post career. Like people always give him shit, but he is a smart guy. Like he genuinely is a smart guy. He just marches to the beat of his own drum. He's a very, very just unique guy. And I don't want to see him lose all his brain cells. You know, he's lost enough. I've been having trouble watching him ever since he took off the beanie. Dude, I for like 2 or 3 weeks, I was convinced it was a wig. I thought for sure that was a wig. I literally like swore. I was like, there's no fucking way that's his real hair. I thought it was like some humiliation ritual. It's actually just his hair. Like I've come to that realization now. Like there's no way he's gone this. Like you can tell with the way it's grown and shit. Like that is not a wig, because it looks different now than when he first unveiled it. So he's not lying. Like that's his fucking hair. Crazy. He pouts all the time. Rigo talks about this. He fucking pouts like crazy now, though. And it's just in his thumbnails. That's how I know. Every single thumbnail I see, like if I get a notification from Guru, it's like his stupid hair, and he's doing like a emo pout. Like I don't understand what he thinks he looks like. Whatever he thinks he looks like in his head is not what he looks like in real life. That's for sure. Yeah, Guru donos are trash. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Well, Guru first he only reads donos, which obviously, like, why would he read anything else at this point? But Guru's, yeah, it's like he just, I don't know. He has a shitload of money now. He was on coke for a really long time. I don't know if you guys were around for that, but like he was going in. I only know because he was going into Rigo's chat, literally saying he was on coke, but you could tell by the way he was typing that he was, and then he. Like on clips and stuff, like the way he was sniffing, the way he was acting. Like I know I'm a fucking former drug addict. I know what it fucking looks like. And he was on coke for a while. I don't think he's on coke now. I predicted that he'd go on a worse drug binge than he has, and maybe he still will. But it seems like he has like a decent enough head on his shoulders where he will spiral. But he'll hit a point where like his logic will be like, okay, I can't there's like a certain point where I literally will not allow myself to spiral anymore. And I kind of relate to that. I don't really spiral much anymore these days, but like that's how I used to be, and that's good. Like I don't think he'll ever hit rock bottom. Like he's too smart to hit rock bottom. How does meth compare with other uppers such as amphetamine, ecstasy, coke, etc.? So meth is amphetamine. It literally, like, if you've done amphetamines, you've done meth. The only difference is that meth lasts way longer. Meth lasts days. It's literally like with coke and amphetamines and meth. All of them, they make me grind my teeth. All of them, they make me sweat. All of them raise my heartbeat. All of them make me have the same jitters. All of them make me have like the same racing type thoughts. All of them make me get really, really hyper fixated on random shit. The only difference between meth and everything, there's a couple differences. One, it lasts way too long. Meth lasts days. Like if you've never done meth before, I was fucking cat hair on me. Ugh, I haven't shaved. This is why I normally shave every day, because Larry puts his face in my head and I just get fucking cat hair all over. So I normally just shave down every day so this doesn't happen, but I didn't shave yesterday. But anyways, so the first thing, meth just lasts way longer. Secondly, the administration. Typically, some people inject meth. That's insane. That's fucking insane. I cannot imagine shooting something that caustic into your veins. That's That's fucking nuts, dude. As someone who used to shoot heroin in my veins, like there's no way I would do it with something like fentanyl or meth or something like that. Uh, that man-made and gross. Like there's no fucking way. But so normally you smoke meth. Like you can also snort it. I snorted it for a while. Fucking hurts. Do not snort it. I mean, it's fun, but do not snort it because it will do damage. I do have a deviated septum because of it. But smoking it, oh god, so much hair. Smoking it is so fun. Just the act of smoking it. If they made fake meth rocks that like it tasted like meth and it burned like meth, but it didn't give you the meth high, I would do that occasionally because just the act of smoking meth, by far the most fun to administer, by far the most fun drug to administer. It sounds weird, but like with the way the pizzo works and everything, like there's an art to it, and there's an art to getting like really massive, crazy meth hits, and it's so fun. That was by far my favorite aspect of meth was just the act of smoking it, not even getting high, just the act of smoking it and seeing exactly how big of a hit I could get, and I got really good at it. But other than that, like it's no different. It's like take amphetamines, take coke, just fucking give it marathon legs. That's meth. But good question. Good question, man. Oh yeah, he was coping hard when Softwick lost. He'd win in a 5-rounder. He's good, guys. Trust me. He is good. I don't think I watched that fight. I think Hardwick was pretty good. I just think he ran into someone who's fucking better, or maybe he took him lightly. I can't remember the guy's name. Like he's American, but he has that Middle Eastern name. He was fucking good, dude. When I was watching that fight, I thought both guys looked like they could be in the UFC. That was my interpretation of it. I know Hardwick had a hell of a lot of hype behind him. I didn't think he looked bad. I just thought the other guy looked a lot better, to be honest. 2000 skinny Dana would decimate Bilal. Dude, whenever I see 2000 skinny Dana, it's crazy because you forget what he used to look like. Speaking of things you forget people used to look like. Yes, I think it was yesterday. 2 days ago. This was the most baller move I thought ever. So Sugar Sean on his channel, the day before the fight, he released like a documentary montage of like his path leading up to the belt. And it was like really heavily implying that like he already won this belt, like he was gonna win, like he knew he was gonna win, which I thought was like a super, super awesome move. But looking back at Sean in his first few fights in the Contender Series and in his early days, like he had so much life in his eyes. Like he looked almost a completely different human being. He was a lot uglier. Yeah, like he definitely got some work done, or he was cloned or something. But like you could tell he's done some ball worshiping. You can tell because look at his eyes now. Look at his eyes back in 2016, 2017. Completely different. And I watching that back, like I totally forgot that like he looks like a different human being. He genuinely did. Which is crazy. And when I saw that too, like it further cemented in my mind that Sugar was going to win, even though I had already looked at the probable astrology times from 1220 to 1245, and they were all favorable for Aljo. In my mind, I'm thinking they're going to find a way to get it to a favorable spot for Sugar. They're just gonna, and they did, and they fucking did. His nose seemed blocked. I don't know how he's snorting it. Wait, his nose. Are you talking about? Wait, his nose seemed blocked. Are you talking about O'Malley, Jesse? His nose seemed blocked, or Dana? No, I'm guessing you're talking about O'Malley, right? I don't know, I'm a little confused. Got engaged yesterday. Hey, how are you feeling today? What's up, Rebecca Towns? Congratulations on getting engaged. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling fucking amazing, dude. I think this is I think it was my biggest UFC win yet. It is because I only made one bet yesterday. I only made one fucking bet. I was gonna bet Cheeto too, but because he was a favorite, he was like a 2-1 favorite, and in the stars, he had a very, very slight disadvantage. So I'm like, I'm not gonna bet this one. You know, like if it was even money, I would have bet him. Or if he had, or if it was even in the stars, I would have bet him. But because he was a favorite I think it was like minus 190, and he had like a minus 9 in the stars, which is like a mildish medium disadvantage in the stars. And you saw that with Pedro. Like Pedro had a good position. Cheeto did not have a bad position. Cheeto had a completely neutral position. So you saw like average Cheeto in that fight. Pedro had like a good position, not great. And you saw Pedro, like you saw a good performance from Pedro, and Cheeto still won very clearly. That's exactly how I won. So I didn't bet that. And then the only other fight I looked at was Sean and Aljo, and when I saw that it like astrology, it goes by degrees, and if something is within 2 degrees, then it's, or I take that back. So basically Sean was directly on a winning star. Normally in astrology, I look at planets and asteroids and other random like space objects that are like the moon, the sun, shit like that, to base my decisions. But occasionally you can look at other like distant stars. But the like normal, so like for planets, for like Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the gap, but like if something's really close, it's like 2.5 degrees. For like the further planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, it's 2 degrees, and for comets that are close by and asteroids, it's 2 degrees. And for the distant stars, it's 1 degree. So you got to be really, really close. And it was the winning star. They had him. So you separate degrees in minutes. It's 60 minutes. He was within like a minute, literally. So 1/60th of 1 degree. Like he was like not hugging it, a victory star. And it wasn't like the biggest advantage, because that was the only thing he had, and Aljo had a few good things too. But it was like it was the one time. Like if you noticed, like I didn't look at the astrology for the rest of the card, but if you noticed, it was a massive favorite win. I'm guessing it was because, and just based on what I did see, I could tell that it looked like the night, for the most part, it was going to be mostly favorable for the favorites. So that's probably what happened. But they found the exact right time for O'Malley to start to be. He's literally right on this winning star, and I knew it was going to happen. So I just bet my entire account, because that's what I've been doing. It's not. I don't fucking recommend it, but I trust in my reads so well now, and like the way I'm doing astrology now versus a few weeks ago is like it allows me to make these massive gambles that I never would have done like a few months ago. But it doesn't even feel like a gamble, because as soon as I saw that alignment in the stars, and I saw the pacing of the walkouts, and I saw everything, I was like, Sean's got this 100%, no doubt in my mind. He's good, but he's treating it like he's sparring. Wait, who's good and he's treating it like? Are you talking about Hardwick? El Jihadi, yes, El Jihadi. Yeah, he's fucking good, dude. He's pretty good. Skinny Dana was such a baller. He was threatening to beat his own fighters' asses. Skinny Dana had that skinny rage. That skinny rage that wheelchair Guru. I got you, Jesse. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, he does knows a lot. Guru needs to watch the last 5 minutes of my last stream. Maybe I'll video of it too, of how I opened up my nasal passages, because in years past, like summers were just fucking brutal with allergies for me. And now I have pretty much zero allergies. And it's just because of a quick 30-second routine I do every morning. I basically just like, I push up on my breathing airways, like here and here, let everything drain and everything, and just do it for 30 seconds every day. That's all you have to do, is just expand the airways just a little bit so things can drain. And it's like the easiest fucking fix. And I was like so pissed at myself that I've been with this shit pretty much my entire life, when the fix was just like, oh, you just push up on your fucking face. Stupid. Yeah, Hardwick. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah, Hardwick didn't seem like he doesn't. I don't want to say he doesn't have that dog in him, but he doesn't have that that rage or like that drive in him to actually want to beat someone's ass. And that is an underrated characteristic that a lot of people really underestimate when picking fights, that I always take into consideration, which is why I've never in my life picked against John Jones. And I don't think I will ever in my life pick against John Jones, because I've never seen anyone in my life, MMA or not, sports or not, have that much of a bloodlust. John Jones has such a fucking bloodlust. He wants to injure you. Like that's his goal. He doesn't always say it, but I can tell. He doesn't just want to beat you. He doesn't want to win an MMA match. He wants to make sure that you never want to fucking fight him again. That's his goal. And that's such an underrated characteristic to have. And it's something I relate with because I'm the same way to an extent. Like if I was in an actual, like I'm not that way in sparring because it's sparring, you're not supposed to do that. So like I do contain it a little bit, but I know I have that in me. I'm not going to go into details because I feel like talking about it will bring more of it into my life. And I really don't want, like, I hate these types of confrontations, but last week, to put this in perspective, I've lived in Cleveland for almost 7 years now. Not once have I even gotten close to getting in a fight with anyone, like a physical confrontation or a fight with anyone, ever. Or I've never even had like an argument that could maybe even get there. That's literally never fucking happened. And then last week, it happened 3 times in 1 week. 3 times. All three times, completely not my fault. It was people not like sticking their nose in my business. And I felt like the amount of rage, because it happened once, happened again twice. And by the third time it happened, it's like the third time in 5 or 6 days, I was ready to just beat the fucking shit out of this fat motherfucker. And I get why he was mad at me. Like, I get why he was mad at me, but the reason why he was mad at me, it was very obvious. He was just mad at his own life and shit. And like, he just wanted to rage on someone, and he was a lot bigger than me. And he thought that he could kind of push me around and stuff. And I made it very obvious very quickly that like, no, I'm going to, like, if you continue this, I'm going to fight you and I'm going to fuck you up and I'm not going to stop. And I had this, it was the most rage I felt in a really long time. Like, I was actually kind of like not mad at myself, but I was kind of disappointed in myself that I went to that place so quickly, because I'm normally pretty calm. I don't normally do that. But like something was in the air last week, like that, because I'm not a confrontational person, but people do, like I like since I started boxing, like I think they can tell what happened. I'm not gonna say what happened, man. I'm not gonna say what happened, because some of you are gonna say I'm in the wrong. And like, I can see that, but I wasn't in the wrong. I definitely wasn't in the wrong. I know for a fact I wasn't in the wrong. Yeah, I don't, but I told this guy to fuck off. I called this guy a faggot and I told him to fuck off. And if he's my neighbor, here's the worst thing. 2 of these things were my neighbors. That's the thing. It's like, now I haven't seen them since, but it's like I really don't want to have like bad situations with neighbors. Cause I fucking live here. I don't want to fucking jeopardize the place I live, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll beat the shit out of anyone. I don't care. But if I beat the shit out of everyone at the place I live, then I'm going to pay the consequences for that. I don't want to do that. So yeah, it happened not in the apartment, but in the building. I really don't want to talk about it, but why did I bring it? So I have that skinny rage in me, and it stems from like people looking at you and thinking that they can treat you like that. And for a while, for like a long time in my life, like it didn't happen. Like, I wasn't bullied and shit. Like, that wasn't like the story of my life, like it is with Wheelchair Drew. But I'm an amazing energy reader, and I can always sense that, like, like it's like a very masculine male thing to, like, whenever you're hanging out with someone, you're like, could I beat him up, or would he beat me up? Like, if push comes to shove, what would happen in a fight? You know, like if when law gets lawless, like typically violence prevails, and like what's going to happen? And oh, that's a good one. That's a guru fart. Are those your own drawing? No, those are posters. Those aren't mine. But what was I going to say? But yeah, so the way this guy was he was screaming. He was actually screaming. It was directed at me, and it was directed at someone else too. Someone that I feel very well, someone who's defenseless. I'll say this: someone who's defenseless, someone who couldn't defend themselves, and he was screaming at both of us. And I was this close to beating this fat motherfucker's ass on camera. We were right in front of a camera, and thank God that he went inside, because he was going, like, he just kept going and going and going. And I was like, okay, motherfucker. I was like, okay, you fucking faggot. I was like, you want to do this? We're doing this right now. I don't give a shit. But you don't talk to me like that anymore. Like you're not talking to me like that anymore. So you decide. We're fighting right now, or you're going inside. End of story. I'm not listening to your shit anymore. And he went inside. And normally that shit doesn't happen to me. And this was the biggest of the three confrontations. This one I genuinely thought that I would, because it was the third of the three confrontations. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I guess something in my energy or God or the universe wants me to fight, or like, I guess this is like some karma thing. I don't know. I still don't know. But like this rage was building up in me because I'm absorbing this fucking energy from other fucking pieces of shit who don't know how to fucking mind their own fucking business, dude. That's the whole, like, that was the whole, like, all these things. I didn't start any of them, but yeah, this third guy, like, I get why he was mad, but but his logic was stupid. Like from an objective standpoint, like if I explained it, you might understand. But if you were there and you saw it, it would be more. You would probably be more likely to agree with me. So I don't know. I move on to the next subject because I don't want to bring more of it into my life, and I feel like I probably already have just talking to it. But yeah, that's the Joker. That's Harley Quinn. That's a cat. That's Rick and Morty. That's another Joker. Are you on the white side of Cleveland? Yes, I'm on the west side. The best side, the only side. East side. I mean, there are the best neighborhoods in Cleveland. Most of them are on the east side, but also the worst neighborhoods in Cleveland. All of them are on the east side, and a lot of them are backed up right next to each other. I'm sure you've seen this, Jesse. It's very, very strange how Cleveland is partitioned. The richest neighborhoods backed up right against the poorest neighborhoods, literally right up against it. It's crazy. Where's Lestify? Who's Lestify? I don't know. Wait, who's Lestify? I don't know who Lestify is. Isaac Jr. Hi, what's up, Isaac Jr.? How's it going? But yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours, so I think I'm going to get off now. I think. If you guys have any other questions or anything you want to say it now or forever hold your peace. Be on the lookout for my power slap video. Should hopefully be on my channel in the next month. And when I post it on my channel, know that I'm also, like, it's going to power slap too. It's not for my channel. I'm putting it on my channel to help my chances of getting picked. But this isn't for my channel. This isn't for Jerusalem. This is for me genuinely wanting to be a power slapper. Like, this is what I want to. This sounds crazy, but I think this is what I'm going to do with my life. I really think that, like, at least part-time, at least partially, I think that's kind of like, I would love to make a fucking career out of it and, like, make a name for myself via power slap. That seems fucking awesome. It seems absolutely fucking awesome. And there's just, it's so new. We've only had 4 power slaps. We've only had 4. There's not a whole lot of competition. There's not a whole lot of guys crazy enough to just sign up and want to do that. And especially at my size, when I'm going to be fucking fighting up a few weight divisions, like, there's not going to be that much competition. And the competition there is, I highly doubt they're going to have the energy and the charisma that I have. So I like my chances in getting picked. I'll even go so far as say, as long as I won't post the video if it's not good. So I'll probably even hire an editor. Um, maybe Rigo, or I don't really talk to Loquacious, or he stopped talking to me again. I don't really know why. Um, but like anyone who like I could edit it myself, but I don't know. I've never edited a video before. Well, that's not true. I have edited videos before, but it's very very simple editing. Well, yeah, fine. I could probably do it. I don't know. I might edit it myself. I might not. But I'm gonna make sure it's good. Six Soul Future Power Slap Go. I don't know if anyone can dethrone Turpig. I don't claim to try to be the GOAT, because I think Turpig will be the Power Slap GOAT. That guy is fucking incredible. Jesse, if you haven't watched Turpig, like go on YouTube right now, watch all of Turpig's slap fights, and watch Turpig's post fight press conference after he wiped the floor with AJ Hints. Oh my, it was so good. Seriously, one of the best press conferences I've ever seen. And it was only like 6 or 7 minutes. So much personality and so entertaining. And he's fucking hysterical. He's just a fucking hilarious dude. Like you could like just genuinely entertaining guy. Like no matter what the fuck. Oh, you did? You saw Turpin KO'd it? Nice, dude. Nice. That was the highlight of Power Slap 4. Although the entire card was fucking awesome. But on YouTube, you can see Turpin's his post fight presser. Watch, it's like 6 or 7 minutes. It's so entertaining, man. He's the fucking best. I don't claim to even possess half that charisma or half that power, because I don't think I do. But I'm gonna try my fucking best, dude. Like my goal is to be the lightweight Turpin. Like that's the goal. And if I get just a quarter of the way there, I'm a superstar. Like that's how big he's gonna be. So I only have to reach a fraction of where he is in terms of entertainment value, and I can do that. I can be a fourth of as entertaining as Turpin. I can, and I've already thought about certain walkout songs and things I would do, like in my walkout and stuff, to make it entertaining that no one else is doing it in Power Slap. So I know I have something to offer to Power Slap. Oh, and the biggest thing that I would do in Power Slap is when I win, and I probably will win, when Charlie Arnold, when she interviews me, like Turpin rizzed her up, I would do the exact opposite. I would shit on that stupid. I have such a hatred for her because she reminds me so much of my mom. She doesn't look like my mom. She just like her demeanor and her voice and her inflections in her voice is exactly like my mom. I could just tell she's a fucking idiot. I would shit on her so hard, but in a really funny way, and it would get the crowd fucking wild. And oh my god, the Power Slap girls, holy shit! I wouldn't shit on them, but how much do I weigh? I haven't weighed myself in 5 years. Leonte, I'm guessing I weigh between, like right now, I'm like my gut tells me I weigh 143, but take that as you will because I haven't weighed myself in 5 years. When I used to weigh myself regularly, like my entire family, like we fluctuate our water weight a lot. So at my very, very lowest, I'd probably be like 135, 136. And at my very highest, I'd be like 155. Generally in the middle, generally between like 140, 145 is like most days, that's where I was when I weighed myself. And while I am a little bit bigger now, I don't think it's by much at all. It's like maybe like a pound of muscle more now than I did 5 years ago. It's not a whole lot. So I'm guessing, yeah, 143, 145, something like that. I want to see you beef in the Power Slap house. I wouldn't want to do the Power Slap house per se. If that was the only way to get in, then I would do it. But now, there's people coming in that aren't from the house. And I don't even know if they're still doing the house or if they're going to do another season of it. If the house is the only way to get in, I would do the house. But it's the same reason I wouldn't do Ultimate Fighter. Like, I don't want to be cooped up with a bunch of fucking retards for fucking who knows how long. I don't play well with other people. I really don't. Especially like when I'm forced to play well. Like if I'm playing with other people on my terms, it's completely different. But if I'm playing with people on someone else's terms, like it devolves really fast. As you've seen in Jerusalem, like I think more people either love me or hate me. They don't nothing me. Like confrontation seems to follow me. when I'm around too many people. Um, what's the lowest weight class in power slap? Cage. So I think it's welterweight. It's either lightweight or welterweight. I'm not entirely sure. You have to ask Rigo on that one. I want to say I've seen a lightweight fight, but I can't really remember. I know for a fact I've seen the welterweights. I know for a fact. That's the thing. Like moving up, like that's a crazy jump up from maybe 145 to 170. But I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I will do it. I don't care. Like I don't really believe in weight classes, anyways. So I'll fucking do it. And that would be my caveat. Is like I'd be like the Turpin. Like Turpin started at heavyweight and now he's a light heavyweight. And fuck, he might be a middleweight by the time he's done. He might be a lightweight by the time he's done. Hopefully not, because I need a division to dominate, and I don't think I'm dominating it. But could you imagine if Turpig like slimmed down, lost all his weights, somehow became a lightweight, but kept that power and kept those traps and kept that chin? Holy shit, that'd be awesome. You drink tap water? I do not drink tap water. Fuck no, dude. Fuck no, I don't drink tap water, dude. The tap water in Cleveland is beyond disgusting. And ever since the East Palestine shit, when I shower, not every time, but like I'd say like 7 out of 10 times when I shower, and I take quick cold showers, like 10-minute cold showers. So it's not like I'm in a steamy hot room or anything. When I get out, I'm itchy, especially my legs. It's just itchy as fuck. Just because the water quality is so shit. There's all these chemicals in it. So yeah, I don't recommend consuming any of the water around here, Jesse, at all. Tap water turns you gay and calcifies your pineal. It certainly calcifies your pineal gland. It probably turns you gay too. There's a lot of things in this world, I think, that are meant to turn you gay. 5G, soy, fast food. I'm sure there's more things. Netflix, because there's a gay character and everything in fucking Netflix now. Yeah, dude. Look, Jesse, do I drink bottled water? Yes, I have. All I drink is bottled water and like occasional sparkling water. And I also drink as like a treat, I'll have like chocolate almond milk, and that's it. But it's bottled water or nothing, basically. Even when you purify tap water, like my neighbor has a filter, and I drank her water. Like she gave me a glass, and I could taste the chemicals in it. It tasted like tap water, just a little bit better. I was like, I'd rather spend a little bit of money on bottled water. And even though like for a while I was getting like the bigger jugs of water, so like there's less plastic and shit. But it's just so much more convenient to have bottles. And both in the small bottles and the big bottles, I noticed like I could kind of tell there's plastic in it. So it's not ideal. Plastic probably turns you gay too. So it's not ideal, but it's so much better than the tap water. Temecula tap water is horrible. Where I was not born, but where I was raised, and I thought it was like the worst shit ever. In Seattle, it was like pretty good actually. It was drinkable. It wasn't great, but it was drinkable. Here it's like I imagine the water Hitler gave to the Jews was probably better. I'm not even exaggerating. I sincerely think it's at least on par, because this shit is demonic. It's fucking horrible. And like I said, I don't. There are times when I would love to take a hot shower. I don't take a hot shower at all anymore. I don't want to be breathing in that water vapor. It's not fucking worth it. So yeah, only bottled water. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I was only planning on going live for like half an hour, but that's how these things fucking always end up. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. Be on the lookout for my Power Slap, and be on the lookout for me in Power Slap. I probably won't be on Power Slap 5, but either in the house or Power Slap 6, Power Slap 7, Power Slap 8. But the second I said Power Slap 8, my gut said you're going to be on Power Slap 8. So my gut's never wrong. Power Slap 8, it's going to be 6 Soul Mania. So I hope you guys enjoy that fucking show. I know I will, unless I get knocked out, and then you guys are just going to be shitting on me for the rest of the time. But I'm okay with that. So peace, guys. I love you, and fuck Aljo.